12 American foods that neither Columbus nor the rest of Europe knew about. 1. Blueberries. Blueberries grow in the wild in North America. Native Americans used them as both food and medicine. Farmers began cultivating blueberries only about 100 years ago. There are blueberry species in Europe and Asia, but they are very different and not cultivated commercially. 2. Pineapples. Surprise! Pineapples are not native to Hawaii. These fruits originate in Peru and Brazil. They didn't make it to Hawaii until 1885. By then, Europeans had already seen them. Pineapples became a status symbol in Britain. 3. Tomatoes. Aztecs were the first to domesticate tomatoes. Tomatoes were widely cultivated in Mexico. The Spanish introduced the tomato to Europe. For a long time, Europeans treated it as an ornamental plant. It was considered poisonous. 4. Pumpkins. Pumpkins are one of the oldest domesticated plants. Native Americans began growing them around 7500 BC. Wild pumpkins and squash have long become extinct. Pumpkins were brought to Europe by the Spanish, but they only became popular in the 1700s. The French were the first to start growing them. 5. Potatoes. The earliest potato tubers ever found are 4,500 years old. Potatoes played a major role in the Altiplano culture. Potato-shaped pottery has been discovered by archaeologists. This previously unknown food made it to Europe in the 1500s. This resulted in a 25% growth of the Old World population. 6. Maize. Maize was domesticated in the Tehuacan Valley of Mexico. More than 6,000 years ago, it spread to South America. The earliest Americans to cultivate corn were the Pueblo. The Olmecs and Maya later cultivated many varieties. Corn was first brought to Europe in the 15th century. 7. Beans. Beans are the ideal companion crop for maize. Bean plants naturally climb to corn stalks. Beans were a staple of Aztec and Maya diets. They've been cultivated for more than 7,000 years. Beans passed from tribe to tribe. Eventually they spread throughout the Americas. 8. Peanuts. Peanuts aren't really nuts. They're legumes with origins in South America. The oldest peanut remains were found in Peru. They were grown some 7,600 years ago. Conquistadors encountered peanuts in Tenochtitlan. Traders soon spread this legume worldwide. 9. Squash. Gourds and squash were prized by Native Americans. Their shells were dried and used as water jugs. Squash was one of the first widely cultivated foods in America. It's older than corn and beans. Today, there are thousands of varieties grown worldwide. 10. Vanilla. This member of the orchid family grows in trees. It's found throughout the Americas and the Caribbean. The Totonacs were the first to cultivate vanilla. It's still one of the most expensive ingredients in the world. 11. Peppers. Bells, jalapenos, chilies, habaneros. They're all descended from a South American pepper. Trading made peppers a hot commodity. First they conquered the Americas, then the world. 12. Chocolate. Chocolate was invented by the Olmecs. It is made from the cacao pod. Native Americans consumed it as a beverage. The oldest pottery shards with cacao residue date back to 1400 BC. Back then, it was bitter and sometimes even fermented. The Spanish found it too bitter. In fact, they were the first to add sugar